Farm. Family. Community. This is Midwest Farm Weekly.
Good morning, I'm Elaine Wells, and thanks for spending part of your weekend with us here at Midwest Farm Weekly. In your news headlines today, with a new administration in the White House, farmers have a list of goals for the year ahead when it comes to legislation. At the recent Dairy Strong event, I spoke with a policy expert about those priorities.
We have a Congress in place, which is great, and we're starting to see where they're trying to get a bunch of things accomplished in these first 100 days that we always like to talk about, especially with the new administration coming in. Reconciliation, this is a package that's going to talk about spending, cuts, it's all about money, it's about revenue. One of those things, taxes are high on our mind with that one, in addition to deregulation. So that's high from congressional standpoint. And we also have a new administration coming in that's giving us a sense of their direction on multiple issue areas that are also important to farm country. This is going to be talking about how we handle immigration, so that is going to be their thinking too, also about visas. And just as a reminder, agriculture, for those of us who are in the year-round space, I say those of us because I'm originally from a dairy farm, we need year-round labor. How do we talk about it from that standpoint, and how do we have help from that entry-level workforce? Trade is another big issue that we'll get a sense from this incoming administration, what their intent is. There's potential for some threats on tariffs with some of our largest trading partners, but that's to be determined. On trade, well, that is not something you feel immediately back to the farm. That is giving certainty in the marketplace. And that is one that I think that's why it's still very high on a farmer's mind, even though they're not the ones sending that cheese to Mexico, but they know that what that value is coming back and giving that certainty to their paycheck. So these are things that I'm getting from farmers as I do talk with them. And so knowing that those are high on the mind for Congress and the incoming Trump administration, it's important that I share their message back up in how important it is from their farm standpoint.
President Donald Trump told reporters this week he was thinking about implementing tariffs of around 25% on imports from Canada and Mexico at the start of February over illegal immigrants and fentanyl crossing into the country. He did also raise the possibility of a universal tariff, but said the U.S. was, quote, not ready for that yet. We say congratulations this morning to Lindsay and Eric Bonnick of Jefferson County. They are the 2025 Wisconsin Outstanding Young Farmers. The couple was one of 6 nominated for the honor. The OYF award evaluates candidates based on 50% agricultural career progress, 25% soil and water conservation, and 25% of their contributions to their community, state, or nation.
It's an honor. There's a lot of very qualified people who are nominated for this award every year, so we're very honored and blessed to have been chosen to receive this award. So we're humbled and very appreciative.
And their family farm is located in Helenville. That's between Madison and Milwaukee. Here's a glimpse into how they have grown the operation to better serve their community. Lindsay Bonnick didn't know she wanted to be a full-time farmer until her senior year in college, when her parents asked her to join Maple Mound Farms, their successful cash crop, beef, and produce business near Helenville, Wisconsin. She agreed and joined the business 10 years ago. Now, she and her husband Eric own 80 acres of their own land, using her parents' equipment to manage it. Eric has his own business, but helps with farm repair work and other tasks. In 2019, Lindsay's mother went into cardiac arrest while they were vaccinating beef cattle. Lindsay and her sisters used their first aid knowledge to perform CPR and save her life. Lindsay became the full-time manager of Jelly's Market, quickly assuming full management duties. Then in 2022, at the beginning of apple harvest season, the farm's orchard manager passed away from a heart attack. So Lindsay assumed orchard management responsibility years earlier than planned. Jelly's Market began as a fruit and produce farm to supplement the family's cash crop and beef farm. It eventually grew to include a farm store selling meat and produce, and the family partnered with a neighbor to raise apples. Through the years, the farm added new crops and expanded the store. They planted the Evercrisp variety, a late-season apple with exceptional flavor and storage properties. In 2016, the farm built a commercial kitchen to market produce in different ways. They crafted a one-stop fresh farm shopping experience, selling fresh produce, meat, pork, chicken, honey, and other local items. As a result, the business increased its customer base by almost 200% since 2001. The farm implemented a drip irrigation system for its raspberry, blueberry, and apple crops. Drip irrigation allows for timelier and more efficient watering, plus water does not touch the leaves or fruit, decreasing the disease risk. Maple Mound Farms utilizes alfalfa hay and winter wheat crops for soil conservation. Alfalfa is grown on any field or part of a field that contains highly erodible land. The farm participates in farmland preservation and instituted a soil and water conservation plan. In addition, conservation tillage is used only where necessary. Fields and crops harvested in early fall, such as soybeans or corn silage, are planted with winter wheat. Jelly's Market provides egg promotion opportunities to the non-farming community. Plus, every summer and fall, the farm hosts farm tours for hundreds of students. Additionally, a member of the Jefferson County Farm Bureau, Lindsay has served on the board of directors as a young farmer representative since 2014. She is also a member of the Egg in the Classroom Committee. She is also a certified 4-H leader and has been the county youth meets judging coach since 2014. Lindsay is a founding member of the Jefferson County Fair Advisory Board, currently serving a 2-year term. She's a member of the Wisconsin Berry Growers Association, where she served a 1-year board term. Lindsay served a 1-year term on the Jefferson School District Community Referendum Committee and on the board of the UW River Falls College of Agriculture alumni from 2016 to 2019. She was superintendent of the sheep barn at the Jefferson County Fair from 2016 to 2021. A neat operation. The Bonics will now advance to the National Outstanding Young Farmer Contest. Wisconsin has celebrated 24 national winners over the program's 71 years. Welcome back to Midwest Farm Weekly. Growing knowledge about Wisconsin dairy looks like a lot of things. School visits to breakfast on the farm. Stephanie Peterson and Brown County Dairy Promotions take every chance that they get to connect with consumers. She is here along with Travis from Brown's Deer Run, and a great smell in the studio this morning. I know it might not even be breakfast yet for a lot of our viewers watching, but I'm ready to dig into this. And Travis, with good reason, because we understand that your team is the reigning champs at the Brown County Taste of Wisconsin event.
Correct. So that's the goal again this year.
Okay. What are you serving up this year?
Yeah, this year we'll have pulled pork sandwiches with deer chips. So obviously you've probably never heard of deer chips before, but it's basically deep fried tortillas.
Okay.
Just a little thicker tortilla chip, and then always serve that with salsa. So can't go wrong.
I love that a taste of Wisconsin can look like a lot of different things.
Exactly.
It must be fun to play with the menu a little bit.
Absolutely.
We have good news, bad news about this popular event. So popular, it did sell out this week ahead of our taping. When do we need to start watching for tickets for next year?
I would say right around the holidays, like Christmas time. It seems like right after the new year, those tickets just fly, and we seem to sell it. So a good problem to have, right?
It is, because all of the money raised at an event like this or at Breakfast on the Farm, how does Dairy Promo then turn around and use that throughout the year?
Yeah, so we use 100% of the proceeds to throw right back into the community. We go to schools, and then we also like to get those schools out to the production farms at no cost to the school. We cover everything from the field costs to the education materials and the fun, all the fun activities.
Why is it so important to connect with our littlest consumers, so to speak? I know when I take my kids to the grocery store, my cart is twice as full because they've got ideas of what they want to buy.
Right? We all eat, and we all need to know where that comes from, right? And it starts right here in our local communities and our local farmers. So that's what we like to make that connection in those little kiddos.
We mentioned Breakfast on the Farm. Where is it happening this year?
So this year for Brown County, it's at Wayside Dairy Farm, right outside of Wayside, or basically in Wayside.
Yeah. Talk a bit about this operation. It's a community staple for sure.
Yeah, yep. Family owned, of course, I guess, just like almost all Wisconsin farms, but it's a larger farm, so we'll have a ride along tour again. Neat. We'll have all the kids' activities. The one thing we're improving is traffic, because like all large events, traffic is always hard. So that's going to be our really thing that we focus on this year. And yeah, we have a great year planned for both Taste of Wisconsin and Breakfast on the Farm.
Why is it exciting to see the businesses in this area engaged in it? You know, we know our farmers are engaged all of the time, but a lot of these businesses, they're making soup, they're making beer, they're making wine. They're kind of taking our products and finishing them out for us.
Yeah, you know, it's kind of like us sharing our passion and tying that with agriculture that is tied into our everyday life. So I always like making that connection at home with my kids. And it's something that those adults that attend this event can take home to their families as well. So just a good reminder of what we use in our everyday life and what we eat and where it comes from.
Travis, you're passionate about ag too. You were
absolutely.
raised in this environment.
Yeah, and so it's cool to be tied into this again. Yeah, background's always been in agriculture, ag news for a while, so it's cool to be...
If you close your eyes and listen to his voice,
Yeah,
you'll all be
right.
like, that's who it is.
So it's cool to be tied into this, so we always want to be, you know, supporting agriculture and bringing a spotlight to all these different restaurants and places even for drinks, beverages that are supporting the ag community and bringing light to that. So happy to be a part of it.
Now that we're all hungry for this and we can't attend this event, how do we get Brown's food on a regular basis?
Yeah, so we're open every day of the week right in Brillion, Wisconsin. It's a 9-hole golf course. Obviously the golf course not open right now. We'll hold out till spring, but also have 18-hole mini golf course that we opened earlier last year. And so just come on out, open every day. So appreciate it.
Well, we appreciate you being here, and since we've made you hungry for breakfast on the farm, hopefully we want to get that on your calendar, and you can find all of the details on that by visiting BrownCountyDairyPromotions.com. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Good morning. I'm Storm Team 5 meteorologist Alexis Staniak. As of Thursday, still no snowpack on the ground here for northeast Wisconsin. Most of the snow is remaining into northern Wisconsin as well as into the northwestern parts of the country. Now into the south. Unlike last week, there is no snowpack left on the ground for the southeastern parts of the country. So far for this season, we've accumulated about a foot of snowfall here for northeast Wisconsin. Same thing over into North and South Dakota with more snowfall totals areas through the southern half of the Midwest. However, numbers are still staying below average as we finish up the month of January, where we are about 1.25 inches below where we should be for precipitation for the month here in Green Bay. And most of the Midwest is seeing those negative numbers. And on top of that, we haven't seen much liquid precipitation either. So it's been a very dry time since January 1st here for a majority of the northern half of the Midwest. However, as we move through the next couple of months, NOAA has released its winter precipitation outlook for February all the way through the start of spring. Looks like a majority of the Midwest will see above normal amounts of precipitation, and temperatures do have the chance to go either above or below average as we head through the next couple of months.
Jeremy Hansen here from Fox Valley Technical College for Life on the Farm. Joining me today is Josh Krupline. Josh, thank you so much for your time.
Hey, thank you.
Yeah, Josh, first and foremost, you have an event today, but I want to talk about what do you actually do? What does your farm look like?
Yeah, so we're Fly by Acres Ag Services here. We're a custom applicator in the Sheboygan County area and the surrounding counties. We custom spray about 30,000 acres, and we offer seed, biologicals, fertilizer, and other services to our clients and other farmers in the area.
Right, and you do have an event today. Explain a little bit what's going on.
Yeah, so the event today is Egg Extravaganza, we call it. It's sort of an open house. We bring in all of our vendors that we work with closely throughout the year and get them all in one central location and let our customers and other farmers in the area come in and see all the companies with products and services that they all offer through our facility here.
Right, and you know, why do you do this? I mean, doesn't the companies have their own, dealer days or customer appreciation days?
Yeah, several of the dealers definitely have their own events. What we like to do is instead of trying to go to 6 or 8 events a year, a lot of our clients just like to go to one place and just get all the information in one lump sum. You know, many of these guys are still dairy farmers for a living, so they're busy from the time the sun comes up till the sun comes down, so they don't get time to get away from the farm and actually go to 7 or 8 events. So we try to harness it all into one.
Right, and I'm actually impressed with the turnout that you got, and actually your vendors that you have here. It's a very one-stop shop here today.
Yeah.
Right, and finally, well, last question is, you know, custom services, you know, you got any interesting projects you're working on this winter?
Yeah, so we picked up precision planting here about 2 years ago. This winter we're starting taking on a big project. We're taking a 40-year-old corn planter and we're going to bring it up to a state-of-the-art planter by putting all the new technology on, you know, from electric drives and electronic pumps, and get all the digital readouts and sensors in the planter to make a more successful season.
Right, and my biggest question is why? I mean, they make brand new planters, don't they?
Absolutely. I mean, all your main OEM companies still make brand new planters. What we're trying to do is just show customers, number one, you can save a lot of cost by building them yourself. But number two, we're trying to educate our customers and getting them more familiarized with their existing planter, even on their farm, and find things that maybe they can improve for down the road to make a better, healthier crop.
Right, and a lot of work in between, right?
Oh, absolutely.
So, Josh, thank you so much for your time today. Again, this is a great event, and I appreciate being invited to it.
All right, well, thank you.
So for Life on the Farm, I'm Jeremy Hansen.
The Outagamie Forage Council annual meeting is coming up. They always have a great lineup of speakers and a whole bunch of stuff that you can bid on. We'll get to that in a moment, but Kevin Jarek is here from UW-Madison Division of Extension, Outagamie and Winnebago counties with all of the details. Nice to see you.
Great to see you, Melaine. How are you?
I am great, and as promised, we'll let you know how you too can own one of these items. I know the Euchre bobblehead will be probably a big seller this year. But Kevin, let's start overall with the Forage Council's role. What is the function of this group?
We have 1.27 million cows in the state of Wisconsin. The only way those cows are profitable is if we put high quality, plentiful supplies of forage in front of them. The Outagamie Forage Council works with farmers and agricultural professionals to not only maximize our yields to make us economically viable, but also has an eye to being environmentally sound with our practices. So our job is to help cows be the best they can be.
And if you were just listed, if you're a farmer, if you're an ag-related business, you can get CCA credits at this event. Who is speaking this year?
So we've got a great lineup. We've got Scott Newell, who is the alfalfa outreach specialist. And we have a lot of farmers that when they look at alfalfa yields, they see 3 to 6 tons of dry matter as a number that's typical. Okay. We asked Scott to address the fact that, hey, what about those folks who are getting 7 tons, 8 tons? So he's going to do a talk called Planning for Alfalfa Success. And we're going to look at some of those higher level management skills to help those farmers achieve those goals.
We also have a speaker that is talking a bit about strategies to reduce some of our challenges. Luis, say his last name for me.
Ferretto.
I didn't want to mispronounce it, but what is Luis talking about?
So Luis is one of our ruminant nutrition specialists in Extension, and first he's going to talk about the biggest forage crop in Wisconsin, which is corn silage. No other state harvests more than we do. We analyze that silage, or at least we have in the past, using a program called Milk 2006. 2006 was a long time ago.
A lot has changed.
He has done updates to the program so that we can get a more accurate measurement of what the quality of that silage is and what it yields for that dairy animal. So first he'll give an update on that, the updates to the tool, but also because we harvest so many tons of silage, a small percentage loss over numbers with lots of zeros behind can add up to some significant concerns as far as economics. So he's going to talk about preventing some of those dry matter and storage losses during feed out that farmers typically encounter.
What are you presenting about?
Well, all we have to do is drive around the landscape. We saw that weather-wise, we've had very limited snowfall in Wisconsin, basically a foot and only part of an inch of precipitation in January. So when you drive around, you see those fields covered in green. A lot of those are winter cereal crops. So cereal rye, triticale, things that'll be harvested for forage. We've been doing a lot of work with farmers and ag professionals in this area just because the demand for those crops has grown tremendously. We know that there's environmental benefits keeping the soil in place, but we're also going to talk about maximizing their quality for the dairy ration.
There's no holes in that presentation. You encouraged me to make a joke about my cheesy scarf. This is one of the items that people can bid on. Where does the money go from this big fundraiser?
So the Outagamie Forage Council serves producers throughout Wisconsin. It is not just Outagamie County. We have members on our board from Brown County. We have people attending our twilight meetings from 12, 15 county areas. The money that is raised from this fundraiser pays for things that are of value to farmers and consultants. eggs, the alfalfa peak scissors clip in the springtime, timing our alfalfa harvest correctly, corn silage dry downs so that we monitor and put that crop up to maximize its value. We also do a ton of research, and because of the fundraising that we do, we have the funds available to go out in the field and answer questions that producers have that otherwise aren't being addressed by the public sector.
Well, some incredible autographed goods, and that is just one highlight of this event. They hope that you join them at their annual meeting, the Forage Council meeting taking place February 13th. You can register on the Outagamie County website. We'll have a link on ours. Kevin, thank you for being here.
Always a pleasure, Melaine.
Have a good weekend.